What's up, my little pretties? It's your mistress, the Queen of Lions here, and welcome back to another episode of Shadows and Pretties. So, today in this episode, today I was going through, my playlist, and I realized I did not do How to Train Your Dragon yet. So, today for episode 65, we are going to be talking about, not a Pixar or a, Disney movie, but it's a non-Disney movie, I guess you could put it at, and that is called How to Train Your Dragon. Yes, it is a DreamWorks film. The same people who wrote, the movies about an ogre. They also did lots of other, films that include, spirits and etc. So with that said, today I am going to be doing How to Train Your Dragon. So I am going to talk about the first one, but I'm not really sure if I will do, I'm not sure if we're going to do, they have two sequels such as How to Train Your Dragon 2 and The Hidden World, which I'm not sure if I will do those in this video, but we'll see. If I don't do them in this video, I'll be doing them in the next episode or so. So with that being the case, if you guys have not seen How to Train Your Dragon and you don't want spoilers, I highly recommend you, don't watch this review just until you've seen it at least. It's a pretty good movie that DreamWorks Animation Studios decided to make. This How to Train Your Dragon movie came out I guess you could say, it will be 11 years ago by March sometime this month. So How to Train Your Dragon is a 2010 American computer animated action fantasy movie, loosely based, and this is based on the How to Train Your Dragon book by Chris Cowell, which I will talk about the book a little bit, not a whole lot, because the plot, there's many books based on it, like How to Train Your Dragon, How to Be a Pirate, How to Speak Dragonese, How to Cheat a Dragon's Curse, How to Twist a Dragon's Tail. There's so many other series of books that How to Train Your Dragon did have, and they still have a couple of books to this first day. So the movie film that I could definitely say the plot differences from the book. I will be going through the differences from the book in a bit. So first of all, before I do that, I am gonna go through with the movie for this, so then that way for those who haven't seen the movie, or for those who want to have a recap of the movie, I am going to be explaining what the movie is about, and then we'll go over with the book in detail. So How to Train Your Dragon basically starts off with a Viking village called Clan Burke, located on a remote island, is attacked frequently by dragons, which they take the livestock of damaged property and endanger lives. Hiccup, who is an awkward 15-year-old son of the village chief and Stoic the Vast, deemed to be too scrawny and weak to fight dragons, so he instead creates medical devices under his apprenticeship with Gobber, who is the village's blacksmith. Though Hiccup's inventions often backfire during one attack, Hiccup uses a bolus launcher or something to shoot down a Night Fury, a dangerous and rare dragon which is little to known, but no one believes him. So he decides to search for the fallen dragon of his own, and he finds a dragon in the forest tangled in a net, but he could not bring himself to kill him. Instead, he just sets him free. So Stoic eventually assembles a fleet to find the dragon's nest and enters Hiccup into a dragon fighting class taught by Gobber with the other teen villagers like Fishleg, Snoutloud, twins, Roughnut and Toughnut, Astrid, who is a tough Viking girl who Hiccup has a crush on. So, to train while he is away, Hiccup returns to the forest to find the Night Fury still there, trapped in a cove and unable to fly because one of Hiccup's traps that he uses tore off half of his tail fin. So, of course, Hiccup, befriends with the dragon, offering fish by giving him the name Toothless after his retractable teeth. Feeling guilty for crippling the young dragon, Hiccup designs a harmless rig or something, and then he prosthetically Finn by making an artificial device that replaces a missing wing thing that will allows the dragon to fly, but with Hiccup riding and controlling that. So Hiccup eventually starts learning the dragon's behavior as he works with Toothless, starting to learn, and developing a friendship. So it is able to, substitute the captive dragons during turn training and earning the admiration of his peers, causing Aster to become increasingly jealous and suspicious of his behavior. So while Stoic's fleet arrives home for unsuccessful, through Stoic is cheered by Hiccup's unexpected success in dragon training, Hiccup is judged by the winner of his training class and must kill the dragon for his final exam. So when he runs away, he tries to run away with Toothless, but Astrid ambushes him in the forest and discovers the dragon. So of course Astrid gets, suspicious, and she must have somehow wanted to know what Hiccup was hiding. So Hiccup eventually takes Astrid to a sunset flight to demonstrate that Toothless is friendly, and Astrid reminds Hiccup of his exam. Toothless unexpectedly takes the pair to the dragon's nest, where they discovered the giant dragon named Red Death, who is smaller than the smaller dragons, continues to feed alive with food, and so with that being said, in lies of being eaten themselves. The two realize that the dragons have been attacking Burke under duress, and Astrid wishes to tell the village about their discovery, but Hiccup advised against it to protect Toothless. So, back at the village, Hiccup faces a captive monstrous nightmare in his final exam. Instead of killing him, he tries to subdue him into an attempt to prove that dragons can be peaceful, when Stoic angers the dragon attacking, when Toothless escapes the cove to protect Hiccup, but he gets captured by the Vikings in the process, and Hiccup accidentally reveals to Stoic that Toothless knows the location of the dragon's nest. Now Stoic disowns his son and sets off to the nest with Toothless, chained up to the lead ship as their guide. After the Vikings have left, Hiccup is then devastated, but Astrid prompts him to realize that they have spared Toothless out of compassion and empathy, not for weakness. Hiccup regains the confidence and decides to go after Toothless and save him, along with Astrid and the other teens, who shows him how to be befriended with the training dragons. The Viking attackers located the peak open to the dragon's nest, causing most of the dragons to fly out, but also awakening Red Death, which so overwhelms the Vikings. However, Hiccup and Astrid and their fellow friends and their dragons fly, and riding bird captives training dragons, providing the cover fire to distract Red Death while Hiccup frees Toothless. Hiccup almost drowns while doing so, but Stoic saves them both, reconciling his son. And of course, Toothless and Hiccup destroy Red Death by puncturing his wing and rim brace, and then tricking the beast down to plunge below it, but cannot not pull up after shooting a fireball in its mouth. So Toothless saves Hiccup from being killed, and Hiccup loses his lower left leg. Of course, when Hiccup arrives and wakes up back in Burke, he finds out that Godbird has fashioned him like replacing a body limb, a prosthetic prosthetic leg that was now admired by the village, including Astrid, who kisses him. Burke starts a new era with the humans and dragons living in peace. So that's basically, the movie How to Train Your Dragon. In my opinion, when I watched this, it was actually a pretty good movie for what it was. It was actually a really interesting movie for what this is. It was pretty interesting. I really do like how, DreamWorks actually did this at the time. So, with that being said, let me go on with the production. As the production of the book series that were beginning to take attention of the executives of DreamWorks Animation Studios in 2004, coming off their success with Over the Hedge and over that, they decided to, do some, early productions of some characters and, and other things going on. They ended up taking, more of, the characters, and they started, developing. This was originally going to be released in 2009 in November, but it was pushed back to avoid competition with the crowded family films released in November, and the film was digitally remastered with IMAX 3D and was released in North America in theaters around 2010. So that was actually one of those movies that really do a lot. They won a couple of awards, and they even got nominated for some of them in the past. So they even have at least some short films of it, such as Legend of the Bone Napper, which is kind of like a TV movie, and they even have Book of Dragons, Gift of the Night Fury, Dawn of the Dragon Racers, and even How to Train Your Dragon: The Homecoming. And surprisingly, they're still making those from what we speak. They even had a television series called DreamWorks Dragons, which of course was going on. And they even have a How to Train Your Dragon video game released for Wii, Xbox 360, and PS3 Nintendo DS, and of course, but it's loosely based on the film, but of course they did a lot of changes. Oh my goodness. They even did a live show on that, so that is definitely something. So that is, well, the film. Today, now I'm going to be talking about the differences from the book, and once I go through the book, you guys are going to eventually start to see some differences from the movie and into the book that I'm going to talk about. So the plot of this film is almost completely different from the book series, but the greatest change is how the Vikings in the books have accustomed capturing and training in combat against the dragons, just as the story begins. But however, in the film, they're like fighting a fierce war against the dragons, only to switch from training them after Hiccup, who shows that it can be done. Furthermore, Toothless is completely re-imaged as an injured Night Fury dragon, the rarest, fastest, and powerful, intelligent breed that is capable of carrying human riders on its back on a flying mount. In the books, Toothless is exceptionally very small and exceptionally a common dragon who is extremely disobedient, essentially compatible to the movies. Now, the Terrible Terrors, the production stated that the changes were made into adding some sense into the danger to Hiccup's efforts in training Toothless, with the Night Fury freely and capable of biting Hiccup's limbs off if he wanted to. However, Cowell stated in her blog that she felt improvingly that the film was remained into a true spirit and message of the book. She also explained that she felt the adaptation required a change of plot in certain characters. The primary in the films who does not appear in the book is Astrid, the human Viking girl and Hiccup's love interest. Like Kamikaze, Astrid is a highly skilled warrior and fighter who is a close friend of Hiccup's. In the short film of Gift of the Night Fury, it is revealed that Astrid's deadly natter, their dragon, is Stormfly, which is the name of Kamikaze's dragon in the books. However, Kamikaze is from the Bog Burglars tribe, which is in the film. Astrid is like a hooligan like Hiccup. So, Fishlegs, who is portrayed as Hiccup's best friend in the series of the novels, he's merely acknowledged as a friend for the films, although he's one of Hiccup's closer friends in the television series. His appearance is described as very differently than in the movie. In the books, he's portrayed as skinny and often cowardly, sickly boy who gets scared, and even as most of harmless dragons in the film, he is stout. So highly imaginable, especially about dragons. He gets excited about dragons, especially if they're new species like Kamikaze. And in the books, however, Fishlegs is technically different from the tribe, the Berserks, and was adopted by the Hooligan tribe after he was abandoned as an infant. The film just makes they basically just have no reference to this. So, of course, the film didn't really, do that. So that's kind of sad, to be honest. So, Snoutloud in the books, however, he is very similar in personality, but he would dream about becoming friends with Hiccup and accidentally bullies him. However, in the film, he is Hiccup's friend, although especially not a close one. He is rude and competitive, but he knows that and accepts Hiccup one day when to become chief. But of course, through in the final film, he is claimed the second one in line. But in the books, as he is Hiccup's cousins and possible heir to the Hooligan tribe, but some of them is honestly with Hiccup desired to prove that he could be a better chief. However, in the books, Snoutloud has a monstrous nightmare dragon named Fireworm. In the film, he also has a monstrous nightmare, but is named Hookfang. So there's a big name difference. So the name Fireworm was translated to an entire species of small flammable dragons throughout the films. As in the books, the final film in the franchise concludes the dragons all going to hiding, although this happens after Hiccup and his tribe relocate a new island rather than the end of Hiccup's life. Hiccup recognizes that too many people who seek the dragons as weapons for the tribe to continue living amongst their size. So the dragons relocate the hidden world and a vast underground network of caves, with Toothless, the alpha of all dragons, compared to his newfound mate, Light Fury, which the film ends with the epilogue scene where Hiccup is narrating the stories from the first book, which is several years after the dragons departed, and now married Hiccup and Astrid, returns to the outskirts of the human world, introducing their children to the dragons. Hiccup using as he flies with Toothless, and his son Astrid riding Stormfly with their daughter while riding the Light Fury, and the hatchlings tag along Toothless, as dragons are, waiting at the edge of the world for the humans to learn to get along. So with that being the case, there's like a hooligan family tree. Like there's like a bunch of other, there's like it's really surprising saying taken by the fact that Snout Loud is actually Hiccup's Hiccup's well you could definitely say you could say is like Hiccup's cousin, which is very surprisingly to be honest. So it was actually pretty interesting to be honest. And was there a rough nut and tough nut in this movie? Well, in the book, I honestly don't know to be completely honest. I have a feeling that that's not the case because there's like main characters right here. Like there's of course we have Hiccup, we have Toothless, Fish Legs, Kamikaze, who is also known as Astrid. Well, in there we have Stoic, we have Snot Loud, we have Hiccup's mother, Valhamamara, which of course she only appears in a few books, but she appears in the second movie. And of course, we do have some other, characters in it that, that could have been, in this movie. Well, there were some characters that were not in the movie, but there were some characters that were in the book, but just not in the movie. And it's a pretty good concept when you come to think of this, because when I first saw How to Train Your Dragon, I actually found, out how good this, the book is. So I read this book when I was in elementary school. I think I was in like, I don't know, grade 7 or 8. And I actually watched that movie to compare the differences between the book and the movie. And it's very completely different. Unlike that, it's like, there were some parts of it that is loosely based off of it. But however, that is just, what this story basically is, what it was for what it is. It's actually pretty interesting, taken by the fact that the story actually played out really well with how everything went out. It's very amazing how they take the book and decide to make it based on the movie, which is good thing for it. So with that being said, I'm done. Yeah. I actually found the book to be pretty good. I actually like the movie too, so I could definitely say they're all pretty good and really well made and detailed, and I definitely have to say it was awesome. So, with that being the case and that being said, what did you guys think about this? Did you all like the movie? Did you not like the book? Did you not like it? What could have been done to make one of them better? Now, with that being the case, yeah. With that being the case, what did you guys think about this? What did you think about the movie, and what did you think about the book? Did you like it? Did you not? Also, what have you have done personally to help make the book or the movie a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to my uploads, so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be catching you all in the next video, so thank you so much. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video, so peace out everyone.